Day 14. Kind of dragging this morning because everything is wet and I don't want to put it on. I kind of put my dry stuff in, like my t-shirt and my shorts are dry, my spares, but the socks, there's no point of putting dry socks since my shoes are soaking wet. So I haven't done that, and I don't look forward to doing that because that's not comfortable. It's kind of nasty, but that is the life on trail. But this is where I spend the night. You can kind of see in the background the dry spot where the my tent used to be. I put everything up, and my socks and shoes are over there, which I have to do now because it's already 9:35. I have to get out of camp. It's already been a little too slow for my liking. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so this is what my shoes look like after yesterday. They are filthy, and this is what I was talking about, like the inside is soaking wet. So even if I put on the dry socks, they're gonna be wet within seconds. So I'll have to put on these good old wet socks. And I got my wet clothes from yesterday just tied to the top of my pack. So the high is supposed to be like 72 and windy. So hopefully they'll dry a little bit. But we will see. Time to go. So this is that radio tower I saw on the road yesterday. Cool. I think I got that one. It's still overcast right now, but the wind is kind of pushing all the clouds away, so for the next 2 days it should be nice. Everything is wet, meaning like the grass and the plants and all the bushes, so hiking through that area you get wet as well. This is my first glimpse of the view, which looks like a bold mountain, but might be clear cut. But this is the day so far. That is another view. This is the view that the guidebook advertised as the view. Well, maybe in the winter time when there are no leaves, but right now it's barely anything besides the noise. It's still kind of wet. As you can see, my shoes are destroyed and my socks, so I'm gonna take that off and dry them out a little bit because it's, what is this, 1:40 lunch break, and I'll just sit here on the top. Got my stuff drying over there. I got my t-shirt drying here. I'm about to pull up my tent, and this is life on trail. Good afternoon. So I just stopped here at the view, even though it's not really a view, just barely can see anything. But just having a lunch break, quick lunch break. Well, typically I take like an hour for a lunch break. But so far Georgia is not really impressing me because I liked Alabama section. Alabama was beautiful, but Georgia, it's either pavement like roadwalk or logging roadwalk, which is not the best. Plus, it's not really marked as good as Pinhoti Trail in Alabama. So some sections you kind of have to like navigate and get lost and backtrack, which happened to me a few times already. But Georgia is not that great. I preferred Alabama. Maybe it's gonna change going up, but so far Alabama is my favorite. Let me show you quickly what I'm having for lunch, which is not not really different than any other day. So I kind of just ended up packing out again sausage with cheese. Kobe Jack cheese kind of melts quickly, so it's not the best solution going forward. But I picked out some radishes and I have some tomatoes in there, so I'll have that. Charging my electronics because I was listening to a lot of podcasts and the battery drained. And that's the view that I have. This is beautiful countryside. Really gorgeous with the sky. I know there are a couple of pretty nasty dogs by that barn, so I am being careful, but the sky is beautiful. The section that supposed to have like a bunch of crazy dogs that attack people. I didn't see no dogs. Maybe the owners locked them up because I know the owners were home, but I didn't hear any barking, so maybe the dogs are gone. I don't know, but today there was no dogs because a lot of people complain about them. And I know a guy who was hiking through that area. He actually had to use a pepper spray on them, which is not what you want to hear. But no signs of the dogs, so hopefully people can hike through that area peacefully. Now I have this climb, well, like 200 feet climb, and then we'll see. It's already like 4:30, so I have a few more hours of daylight, at least 3, and I'll see how far I'll go. So this is the trail. Let's see if I'm gonna go swimming today or not, because they do have these blocks, concrete blocks. Shouldn't be over my waist, but I guess this is the preparation for CDT and PCT. Let's try. Maybe. Great success. The water wasn't that deep, it only went up to below my kneecaps. My shorts are still dry, but this is after a couple days of rain. There would be dangerous. A safety tip my friend taught me is to unbuckle your backpack, just because if you go down you can easily unhook it and like get it off your shoulders so that you won't drown. But this was nothing. I mean, it was intense, but pretty sure there's worse streams than this, especially out west. Now let's go. Good evening. So just had dinner. Didn't really film it because I didn't feel like it. But mosquitoes are killing me right now. Even though I sprayed my arms and legs, even though I'm wearing a long sleeve, they are still trying to eat me alive. But I found this camp spot on the ridge, so supposedly it's gonna be colder tonight. The temperature is supposed to be dropping to like 47, which is not crazy cold, but colder than I had before, because lately it's been like 61 at night, 60s. So that's gonna be interesting and good change of weather. I don't know what to say there, but I was confused why I felt tired, but apparently I did 24 miles, which is the highest so far in Pinhoti Trail. 23.8, almost 24 miles. Close. A lot of road walking though, good chunk of road walking. But the terrain was pretty simple, pretty easy, nothing crazy. But mosquitoes are eating me alive, so I'm gonna go now. Good night. The wet ones, the wet napkins. This is our shower trail. So about to wash up and then go to sleep. Even though it's 8:30 o'clock, but I'm just gonna do some reading and do some editing. Again, good night.